Good side.
Good side only.
Welcome back, my friends. How are you?
Good to see you.
Great to see you as well.
Chi-Town! I'm so happy to be back.
Welcome back.
So loud. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is my home away from home. We got any blue demons? Any DePaul blue demons? Not the other demon. Oh, yeah. my friend. No DePaul demon. Okay.
I like
Yes, Chi-Town! Blue Malnati's, baby.
Oh no.
Oh, what?
Pequods.
I
Fuck
oh
Pequods,
no.
right? Not fuck Pequods.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say fuck Pequods.
I
It
work-
just takes longer than any deep dish I've ever had in my life.
I work for Lou's brother, Rudy Malnati Jr.
Okay.
Very similar, much better though.
Yeah.
Because not his franchise.
You know, when you do Tony and Tina's wedding here for 2 years and you eat the Malnati's almost every show, you're gonna fall off.
What theater did you do that at?
We were at wherever.
Second City up?
Yeah. It was in that in Old Town.
I remember that. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
You know, I should have saved this question because I asked you it in Atlanta, but I'm going to ask you again.
Oh God.
Because we're in Chicago, right?
Chi-Town.
Let's talk about the Mole Man of Belmont Avenue. have you revisited it yet?
I haven't. I totally forgot about it. We did shoot that here in Chicago.
Yes.
That was. I gotta rewatch it. I just remember that. I mean, that was so long ago. I just remember I had clown makeup on during a drug trip of one of the characters, and that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, but Mole Man, it's found a following.
Yes,
Which
guys.
is so great.
If you haven't seen it, she's hilarious. Everyone is great in it. It has a lot of really great local Chicago talent, and it's available for streaming on Tubi, so check it out. All right?
She gets 10%. That's it.
I wish that Tubi was a sponsor. They should be, but they're not.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna give you 10% because you're plugging my things I didn't even know.
All right, Ray. So you were in a movie that my best friend gifted me, and that is In Time.
I'm sorry, my body's here, but my mind and soul is at the bar waiting for the shot that I never got. In Time.
Can we talk about your experiences filming that?
I don't know if I really want to. I'll keep it.
Okay, you don't have to, sir. Wow.
No, In Time. So, funny thing about Hollywood is sometimes you get a part and then you go to set and you shoot the movie, or you go to set and then like all of a sudden there's no time and they cut your part down. You know, there's 3 movies you shoot. There's 3 movies you make. There's the one you write, the one you shoot, and the one you edit. So In Time is one of those things that always gets mentioned, but like I'm barely in the movie. I mean, I'm in the movie a lot, but it's just so random because I don't really talk and I'm just always lurking around Justin Timberlake, and then I get shot in the head at the end of the movie. So, you know, gotta cash that residual check, I'll take it. And that in a nutshell is what it was. I was a Minuteman. We stole time from people. I wish I could steal time from people now.
And you had to buy time, and that's how you lived at the end of the day. You bought your day's minutes.
I mean, that's actually a great concept.
It was an amazing film.
Because time's the one thing money can't buy.
But
I never have enough time, ever.
But I think there'll be some sort of malfunction where, like, they will steal it from you
of course.
somehow. Like,
And that's what happened in the film. Instead of stealing your wallet, they would steal your time.
Oh, awful! What a
Elon
horror
Musk
film.
would steal our time.
It's a great little movie, right? I'd never heard of it. My friend gifted me the DVD, and I said, "What is this magic?"
I need to get this. I'm watching
You
it.
must check it out. I mean, you are just lurking around, but still you're there.
I am just.
That's kind of very much, but that's on point. That track.
So, guys, I mean, you have shared the screen with so many amazing, fantastic, talented people. Do you ever get starstruck?
Oh, every single time.
Every time.
Like we just got to see Bruce after, I think it was probably a year and a half. We all did a convention in Burbank recently, and still every time I see him, and we text and we email, not all the time, but if he sends me the Snapchats because he knows I don't ever look on social media because I'm the one who showed him how to do the Snapchats because that year on set everyone was doing Snapchats. And then Bruce kept my phone for the entirety of the day to make a million Snapchats. He's like, hey, send those to me. So now he'll send me, some of his favorites. But like still, when I see him in his undeniably fabulous suit that he's wearing for the day, he's still like, even though he's like Bruce, he's still just Bruce, but he's still like.
Are you actually trying to say that you are starstruck by Bruce? Still?
Am I not always an idiot when I talk in front of him? Always.
Well,
For
that
sure.
might be true, but I don't
get
know
a
if
little-
it's
I
because you're
get-
starstruck.
But it's not that I wouldn't say starstruck. It's just like,
No, I know what you
you
mean.
know what I mean? Like, here's what you have to feel the same way. It's the same way when you had a scene with him. Like when Ray and I had scenes, it was like fuck around and find out. But when Bruce was in a scene, you like kind of just like you sit up a little straighter. Your heightened sense. That's all I mean is like he still has such a presence. I mean he just does. So like yeah, it's cool and we're cool, but it's also like fuck, it's Bruce. Like, he's got that presence. I don't know. Same thing with Lee Majors and Lucy Lawless. I mean, like people like that, they just have an aura about. I can't explain it. It's just they do.
Is Lucy Lawless really flawless?
No, actually, I thought I coined that phrase because her middle, I would call her Lucy Flawless because she is flawless. Like I saw her with no makeup on in broad daylight in our set cafeteria, which had skylights. And she was like, I got you hired on this show. And I was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. That was my meeting of her for the first time. She has no pores. She's like so brilliant and funny and cool. And when I used to call her Lucy Flawless. And then she told me one day, she's like, my middle name is Frances. So she showed me her credit card and it says Lucy F. Lawless. And I'm like, oh my God, Lucy Flawless. And then I got attacked online. Every time I was like, oh, Lucy, I would have a great scene with Lucy Flawless tonight in like season 2. And her fans, her Xena fans, which fairness I've never seen really, I don't think, full episode, but love it, great. She tried to tell me how to twirl the thing and I couldn't do it. Anyway, her fans were like, that's our name for her. And I was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. But her name really is like Lucy Flawless though. But yeah, so she is, and yes, she's all the things. She was fun. Wasn't she fun, Ray? She was so much fun. She's also married to the executive producer, so she could also kind of get away with it a little more. She would kind of like, you guys, we would laugh. You would tell me too, like when you had scenes, like I just remember it was a scene like when you had to go, ding.
I told you it wasn't because you were starstruck.
What? What did you say?
Lucy Lawless gave me the best piece of advice when it comes to acting. She said, care less, babe.
Care less?
Care less. Yeah. I was like, how do you do it? You just come in here and you look like you're not putting any effort into like anything, but it just all comes out so great. And she just said, care less.
Yeah, that's great advice.
I cannot. That's like That's like the opposite of who I am.
Ray and I were listening to like music to get us into scenes, and like whenever he had to be possessed or I had to be possessed, like we were like super in it, and like she was just like on Duolingo learning a new language, and then like just steps on and just bam does it.
Yeah, it's very bizarre, right? Like I was just talking about this with someone because there's Leah. What's the name of the chick from
Michelle?
Leah Michelle, right? There's this like rumor that she can't read or write, and
She could sing, so that's right.
and Keke Palmer was asked in an interview, like, have you ever seen her read? And she was like, oh, well, I guess I haven't seen her read. But then Keke said, well, to be fair, on set, I don't think I've ever read a book on set. And I'm like, yeah, who the fuck has time to read a book on set? Like, people do it. There are some people who do that.
Ariel Carver O'Neill, who played Brandy, was reading a book on set because she like knew the whole script.
And I'm like, look,
so calm.
I'm not mad about it, but it's like, fuck you. Like, we're sitting,
He's mad about it.
we're sitting here playing pretend, and you're like in another pretend universe in your mind, while we're playing pretend as if like it's no effort, right?
But I think they're just everyone's
They're
process.
so prepared.
Yeah, but they're also really good. I think care less is a great piece of advice.
Right, that's what I'm
Because if
saying.
you care too much, you like squeeze the puppy because you love it so much, and then you kill the puppy because you squeeze it. You love it so much. I want to do such a good job in this scene. It's like this. You know what? Here's how I would relate. If you guys ever had like a joke that you tell around friends or a funny story, and then you like add something because you're trying to make it funny and it bombs. It's like because you're trying. You know, people laugh at you, or like if you're telling something funny, it's when you're just caring less. You're just telling it like it is. I think that's a good way to explain it.
I made up a joke the other day. And
Oh, God.
I don't know if I actually made it up, but I think I made it up.
Is this the one you told me at the table?
Yeah. What did Urkel say to Diddy?
What did Steve Urkel
Say
is
to-
ever, I don't think ever is.
What did Steve Urkel say to P. Diddy?
What did Steve Urkel say to P. Diddy?
Did he do that? Okay, that worked.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't laugh. I don't care.
No, I think half the audience just doesn't know who Steve Urkel is. He was from the show. And Family Matters. He was I dressed up as him for Halloween in third grade. And I went 100%. We got the black shirt, the suspenders, and I was in character. We took my dad's, like, it was like what, the 90s. My dad had like big fishbowl glasses that were broken, so we popped out the lenses, and I put my hair in a bun, and I went in character, door to door in Youngstown, Ohio, going, "Got any treats?" instead of "Got any cheese?" Yeah. I need to care less. I need to care less.
Is that your favorite Halloween costume?
I mean, he was my favorite character. I had the zip pull doll. My favorite, I think that was my favorite Halloween costume. I think so. Well, until I did Amy Winehouse in 2007, and that kind of spawned a whole thing, a tribute band that I actually started and did it here in Chicago. All the festivals, played House of Blues. So yeah, because I won a costume contest as Amy Winehouse in like 2000, like right as she was breaking here, because she was already famous in the UK. And I never won anything in my life. And I won $1,000 that I got taxed on. I think it was called The Apartment at the time. Is that a place? Okay, yeah. They had it was like a bedroom in the VIP room. I don't know. I forget, but it was like north in Clybourne. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I won, and so that was my second favorite costume, I guess. But yeah, childhood Steve Urkel for sure.
Wow. Any audience questions out there?
Did we just blow through your whole question list that you're like, they just went rogue?
No, but I want to make sure they all get their turn in, and I can just come back around. I can go
Yeah,
full hour
you
on my
got
own.
no pressure if you don't want to ask.
I got one right there.
All right, he's ready. She's ready. Great.
Start with you, sir.
Okay, Ash Williams is famously stupid as a character. From Evil Dead 2 not being a remake, he was just dumb enough to go back to the woods. Like, is there anything that you, as an actor, like had to do to make this person look even dumber than he's like acting himself?
Wait, did you just ask us, did we as actors have to do anything to make Ash look stupider than he actually is?
Yes, that's
I
exactly.
mean, I think the answer is no. he does it to himself. We made him look better. And I can say that because he's not here.
Yeah, but well, we're talking about Ash, the character. Spoiler alert, Bruce Campbell is actually really smart. He was also reading books that he would regale us on set, telling us that he loves old Hollywood. Someone fart? What is that?
No.
That sounds like... But he would like regale us with whatever story, and he's such a good storyteller. So is Sam. Like, they're the people that when they tell a story, you like, it's just so fascinating. There's a beginning, middle, and end, and it's great, it's funny, it's all the things. So he's really smart. Takes actually someone really intelligent to play a stupid person. That's a fact. Because you have to know the timing and all that. But really, I mean, we're only as good as the writers. And the writers, anything they did to make him look extra stupid and make us look extra awesome. That's really the writers, to be honest.
I barely talked on the show.
That's not true.
I mean, I'd be like,
that's me doing his Sumerian. You guys, as a testament to Ray's brilliance, that they actually wrote out the Samaritan to say, and I was like, Ray, and he had and every time it was different. I'm like, Ray, how did you do that? And what'd you say, Ray?
I just used my family members' names. I just would sneak in whoever I could, and I would do shout outs to
give an example. Who was one name?
Greg Greg Nico Itu Lola.
I tried it in my dressing room. It's so hard to do that actually, because then I was like, Jeremy Kanama. It doesn't work. He did it so good.
You have to split it up, but
but you were so. I think that actually takes a lot more brain power than you're making. I think it would have been easier to memorize the actual sounding out of the words.
they would have a little bit of written down, and
You
then
did.
the scene would be a lot longer. And I was also like, I'm gonna see if these motherfuckers are paying attention. And only once, the sound guy was like, it sounds like you're saying Greg and Hannah. And I was like, oh, okay, you showed up to work today.
Yeah.
We got away with a lot of things that you do not get away with on other sets because we were. It's like our parents dropped us off somewhere and never came back, and then we made a masterpiece, and they never came back. So we made another masterpiece, and they never came back. So we just, I'll be honest, I did a lot of whatever I wanted. It was so much fun. I would change things.
You would.
I would
You
say,
would.
yeah. I would be like, you know what? I really think it would be really cool if I was levitating and maybe just flew across the room right here. And then the next thing you know, I'm in a harness, and then I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking that my dad, Sam Raimi, dropped me off at an orphanage and never came back. So I could do whatever I want. But then Uncle Rob, the producer, would come in and he'd be like, why is Ray in a harness flying across the room? And I'd be like, I don't know how I got away with it, but Dana likes to say it's because I'm from the South Bronx. And
That's it.
That's
what you told me.
I just, listen, a little bit of advice for everyone. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
And I always ask for permission because I'm the firstborn good student. And he would somehow get his hands on the script. This is why the South Bronx comes in, because he told me, because that was kept tightly under wraps because they made it very clear that you could die any episode. So Ray would fuck with me so hard, and he would just come into my trailer and be like, I know who dies the next episode. How did you get the script? And he's like, I'm from the South Bronx. I have ways.
So I was
It's true.
breaking into people's offices when they were there. When the wardrobe people would go get safety pins, I would it was only a 28-minute episode. You could read it pretty quickly.
But it's the breaking into the offices that kind of stops me. But you found a way. You would.
I
He
went
would
to
talk his way into anything. He really could.
I went to see Adele because we shot in New Zealand. I went to see Adele in New Zealand, and I took my
The concert.
Yeah, the concert. I took my assistant and driver with me because she was a really big fan, and I don't remember why, but it was a Saturday, and we went to the set. I think I left something. We went to set and we got it in the trailers, and while we were in the office on a Saturday when no one was there, I was breaking into people's offices looking for the script to see what was going on, and so I would know okay, I'm good. I don't talk for 3 more episodes. I'm gonna be in prosthetics for 6 months. So I'm gonna go get fucked up this weekend and have a good time. Yeah.
I must say that you guys were awesome additions to the world of Evil Dead as a whole, and I loved your work that you guys did. And Ray, you kind of touched on this a little bit, but if the show did continue on, what's something you may have wanted for your character specifically
ask, I gotta be honest, like I'm not a writer, so I guess I was always fully on board with whatever they kind of set up. And I guess Ray might know how it was supposed to go for 5 seasons because he was reading all the office memos. So maybe Ray, you should just answer. But
well, to be fair, like we did have meetings with them each season, or we shot the show where I pitched like things to them like that I wanted, and I would say that like not all of the things I pitched, but like it was somehow, some way or another, things would pop up and I'd be like, oh, that worked. But for me, what I saw was a stuck in present time Pablo who had become like Ash when we first met him. So he was like kind of like out of shape. I wanted to like shave my head. I wanted him to be like a drunk and like an asshole. And I wanted to have sort of this like reverse situation where eventually Ash challenges him to be the man that I thought Ash was. So sort of a reverse role. I don't know, sorry, my brain fart. But yeah, I wanted to like shave my head on camera and be like completely, because he was so nice. I wanted like the evil force to have driven him to drink and just be a bad person and then have to go back to change, but not just for the world, but for Kelly and their
Kelly loved Pablo the way he was. She would have been like, dude, get your shit together. We got one Ash already. So that's the thing. You keep thinking like Pablo needed to be something other than he was, and I think he was exactly as he was. I loved him. I thought he was the heart and soul. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like I don't know. I know you wanted him to be very, and you made him that. You turned him into like this badass Brujo. But I still have such a soft spot for Pablo season 1, who was like the cheerleader for Ash and just like always had Kelly's back and like, but always like everything. He was just so funny and so, I don't know, just this. You were the soul, you were the heart of it. And I like that. I just didn't want to lose that if you got too badass. Because that's kind of like,
well, no,
you know?
I mean,
you got the muscles. The muscles speak for themselves, Pablo. We got it, my powerful
people
Joe.
involved, but no, I did also want like a baby Pablo, and like a baby that like
a Yoda baby?
Like if Kelly and Pablo had a baby and I wanted it to have like my hair and mustache and Kelly's voice.
I'm glad you didn't say my hair and mustache.
And my voice.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that actually, you were on my leg.
Yeah.
And I feel your mama her. That was fun. I feel like having a Kelly Pablo baby was the next. Yeah, that's interesting. Or like it's just a demon.
Yeah, like a
spawn,
demon.
Yeah.
Would it be?
Yeah.
Would it be good?
Yeah.
And then we'd have to kill our own baby.
Oh God, that's deep.
We'd have to kill our own baby.
Bro, write it. Where's Netflix? Let's go. I want to pick it up. I just wanted, now that to answer your question, I'll just keep it simple. I just wanted Kelly to get her fucking flamethrower. That's it. She deserved it. I begged for it in the game. Well, there's still hope, guys. Yeah. Still hope for the future. She hasn't gotten it yet, but never say never.
Never too late. Nice lady back there had her hand up for lunch.
What was your favorite episode that you found? Why?
Where's your accent from?
She's Australian.
I love it. Hey, I couldn't hear because I couldn't really hear. Sorry, you're not mad at us that we shot in Kiwi Land, are you?
No.
All right. Get a couple of tinnies? Can we get a couple of... Sorry, I'm upset. Sorry, what did you ask again? I was so...
Favorite episode to tape?
Favorite episode to tape? You know, favorites are hard. It's like picking children. I guess we don't have any kids, but I feel like that's what it is. I mean, you kind of have one, but then you're like, oh, but no, but then this. I think for me, it's kind of separated. The ones that were actually the hardest to film, that were the most grueling, in hindsight become my favorite because once I saw them and like, I don't remember how hard it was. I just remember like, oh man, that was, I did that. That's awesome. like fighting the cabin in 30-degree weather in cold, ice cold fake rain. That was getting hypothermia. That was a hard night, a hard day, hard shoot. But then it looked so fucking cool, right? Our scene with Possessed and the shotgun was actually, it is so hard. Don't ask. It's a real shotgun. It was actually really technical and hard. But I love that scene between us. But then, you know, like being possessed was a dream of mine. Since Exorcist is my favorite horror film. Fighting a puppet. I love puppets. I love them. I love them so much. And I got to fight a little Bruce Campbell puppet. That was a very hard day too. But then I would say like a favorite day that was like, man, this is a dream right now. It was like anytime it was all hands on deck, because those were easier scenes, like the bar scenes where it's Ted Raimi, Bruce Campbell, Lee Majors, Lucy Lawless, right? And everyone kind of just has a line here and there. You're just like there. I was just there watching as like an audience, like, God, this is so great. Like, I can't believe I get to do this. So you see what I'm saying? It's like I have different kinds of favorites, but those are kind of my top favorites.
So final answer?
All of the above.
All of them. Every single one. I have moments that I did not enjoy, but they were all my favorite, I think. I can't pick, she's right. Maybe the first one.
I was gonna say, tell your thing that we tell at the end of the.
Well, we
that was a moment.
A moment where we realized what was happening, and it was just like a goosebump moment when we finished shooting the first episode, and I asked him, "How do you feel, Iffy?" And he says, "Groovy." And there's this like crane shot inside the trailer, and yeah, we just looked at each other and we were like, "Oh, now I get it."
Oh look, I still get every time you say it, I still get chills.
But to be honest, I really would love another job like this one where you get to leave America and go live in a different country, and you know you get to be, you know, people ask me, "How's Bruce? How's working with?" And I think it's different when you go to a different country and you're put into a family of artists and you work with them every day versus like you drive to a studio and then you come home in your house and then it's over. It kind of takes away from it. I enjoy getting on the plane and going somewhere and getting to be someone new. Obviously, I'm an actor. I like to pretend to be other people. But yeah. I don't know. Sorry, now I'm rambling.
No, I think that's actually that's very true. And Australia is beautiful as well. And New Zealand, man, if you guys can ever get a chance to go there, go to New Zealand, go to Auckland, which is where we shot, and then hop on over to Australia. Their seasons are opposites though, so their winter is our summer, blah blah blah. But yeah, New Zealand, a lot of those outdoor shots in the woods, it was its own character, even though it takes place in Michigan. Because when you think Detroit or when you think Michigan, you think New Zealand. But it worked, right? Yeah, if you guys can ever get there, Air New Zealand is the only airline to fly. You can fly economy. It's nicer than most first classes. It's an easy flight, no jet lag, because if you leave from LA, find a way to get there. Okay, That's my little pitch for New Zealand. Okay. New Zealand owes me 10%.
Next question.
Yep, whoever. I don't know why I'm like...
I saw your hand first.
Favorite scary movie? Which one really scared you?
Exorcist was the first one I saw with my Italian Catholic parents, of course. But I was also fascinated because I was already a performer. I was 12 when I saw it, and they were like, Linda Blair was your age now when she filmed this, and I couldn't wrap my mind around that someone my age, when she filmed it, could do something like that. And my parents were like, oh, people were awful to her after. They really couldn't separate that she was, the devil. And I was like, my little 12-year-old brain, to this day, I still hold a candle for her. And that's why I always want to play Possessed, because I was like, she's being punished for being too good of an actor. I could never wrap my head around it. And so that still terrifies me whenever I see it. But I have yet to see, although I don't want to, I think it might be your favorite. So, but it's just the truth. I've yet to see it because I walked in on it. My cousins were watching it at one moment, and I just remember there's a desk, and some kid falls asleep at a desk, and I was 6, and I was terrified, and I will not watch it. I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street for that reason. It's like your childhood brain still, I'm an adult now, I'm in horror, watch it. Nope. Nope. Especially not that one. I got enough fucking nightmares. I don't need Freddy all up in them. Oh.
Yeah, I would say Freddy was the one that I related to as a kid. Like I enjoyed watching. Like it wasn't really scary. I just enjoy. I mean, it's
It wasn't scary, Ray, really.
No, I didn't think it was scary at all. I enjoyed it. I put marshmallows on the floor and pretended to be Nancy, and I was a funny little kid. I used to drink perfume and I would drink perfume bottles like if they were flasks and drape blankets around my body and do a dancing to Beethoven. How a 5-year-old knows to do that. And also, like, my grandma walked in and I put the bottle of perfume out the window as if I got caught drinking. It was so weird. Anyway, favorite scary movie. It's Nightmare on Elm Street, a movie called High Tension, and then I'm sorry, but I have to say, Terrifier is pretty, it's hard to sit through. The third one, I was in the movie theater and I was like, all right, I got it. I can't do this. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Awesome.
Cool.
I saw someone noted here, right there.
Yeah, so this is kind of piggybacking on the question before, where you had mentioned that you'd like to film more internationally, and you both have a somewhat robust body of work, not just horror, but other genres. You're in Ninja Turtles, you're in a whole bunch of stuff. What exactly would you like to do more of, other than traveling internationally, film-wise?
So for those of you who didn't hear, he said, what other kind of work would you like to do? Because he was just piggybacking on the question. So what kind of work would you like to do, Dana?
I mean, I'd love to do a Scorsese film. I'd love to do or something like, I don't know if anybody watched the Penguin. I will tell you, I love Sicilian. I'd love to do a mafiosa kind of film. And I mean, it wouldn't hurt if I did it in Italy or Sicily. Wouldn't mind that. I'd love to do a what's showrunner of White Lotus, Mike White. Mike White. I'd love to do kind of one of those comedies. Love to do that. Also wouldn't hurt wherever they take us. I'd go to Sicily again. And I've always held a candle for Linkletter. I'd like an indie sort of dramedy kind of thing I'd like to play. But I'm really not picky. I am available if there are any casting directors watching. I am not picky. I would actually also love to do Sesame Street, to be honest, from my childhood. So, yeah, I'll put it out there. Great. What did you like? Wait, we have to. What did you want? Anything?
I want to have some more sex scenes. I would like to be a love interest.
We're not really love interests much, just with each other.
I mean, just because we were in the car together all the time, you were there. It was too.
No.
It was kind of incestuous. It wasn't really.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying I haven't really had a lot of love.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's because we're fucking ugly. No, sitcom, multi-cam sitcom. I had a little bit of I shot a pilot on a lot, and it's a completely different beast with having a live audience, and it just made me feel like, oh, I would really like to give this a go, because it's taking the two mediums of theater and TV and throwing them together, and you actually kind of feel that weird heart pounding, if you fuck this take up, it's gonna be in front of an audience, and you're not. So I'd like that challenge. Yeah. I would say that. I mean, there's plenty more, but I'd
that's
go
a
with
good
that.
one.
Yeah, I could see that.
See?
Please talk about the Late Show, and do you have any stories, funny stories with Craig?
He asked if I could talk about when I was on the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson as Beth, the CBS exec, and if I had any funny stories with Craig. Oh man, that's a great question. But I was only on it for like 2 months, and I didn't ever get to see him other than when we were on set, on the cameras were rolling. So I am very good friends with Josh Robert Thompson, who played Jeff the Robot, and him and Craig were just really brilliant. They're so brilliant and so quick and so funny. I had no idea what I was doing. I started off as another, what is it with me and puppets? And I'm not a puppeteer, yet I keep being in control of puppets. It was like an animatronic rhino on the wall, and I got, all of my audition for that was like, oh, just improvise and work this puppet. And I'm like, they basically like a pit crew comes and gives you a headset, and this guy's like, this one moves the mouth, this one moves the eyes, and don't mix them up. And I was like, I don't even know, there's 20 buttons. It was like I was controlling an airplane. It was so hard. But then I just improvised, and then with Craig, and he was like behind a wall, and he was like, oh, you start Monday. And I was like, oh, I guess I gotta let my bar job know, okay. And then that lasted for a week, and he was like, I don't know what to do with you, but it's a little Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's a terrible accent, sorry. I was trying to do a little Craig, but he's like, but I want you on my show, I just gotta, whatever. So then they wrote the sketch, and as an executive, and that's all I was supposed to do. Is the end of the scene is I'm covered in water. This is before Evil Dead, by the way. Covered in water in a very cold 50-degree studio, and then I was just supposed to be done for the day. And then I'm soaking wet, and he's like, stay here and just keep yelling at me. And I was like, and they're like, and we're live in 5, 4. I was like, what the fuck? So I had no idea what I was doing any day, at all. I just was like, talk, don't talk. And he's such a genius, and him and Josh. So that's the only story I got. Is every day I was like, oh my God, because you're live, right? You know, you're not live, but you are taping it as if it's live. There's no redos. So yeah, and then he was just like asking me to dance. I was like, okay, I guess I'm dancing now. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. But it was a great like sink or swim, because that actually served me on this show. Because I also didn't know what I was doing on this show, you know, and it worked because Kelly didn't know, and I kind of just was like, look, just figure it out, and that's it, you know.
Got time for one, possibly two more. Anyone over here? Yes.
Any chance of a continuation of the series, a spin-off?
He asked if there's any chance of a continuation. We hope so. In fact, when I just saw Bruce, after a martini or two, I was like, you gotta put us in this next show. You gotta put us in and Ray was like,
How I would have done it.
oh, here.
Oh,
Yeah, he was,
I'm
yeah.
back.
He was like, don't, what are you doing? Because Ray's really good at that, and I blew it.
Well, she said, can you ask him? You're so good at it. Can you ask him? And I was like, okay, we were doing a con, and I was like, okay, well, it's Friday, so I'll ask him on Sunday.
And then
so if we see, you know, so, and then we went to dinner on Saturday, and at the table, Dana just took over and asked all the, and I was like, we had a plan. We had a plan.
I was like, are we going to be in the animated series or what?
And I was just in between them, and I was like,
He was like, what did you do? I was like, huh? So look, we have made it almost embarrassingly clear that we are on board. I know that Bruce has told us, as well as he has made public, he has retired the live action role.
right, but so did Cher.
Correct.
Cher retired how many times?
Correct. So Ray and I kind of hope and believe that there's gonna be some form of it. Hopefully before we are Ash's age. But yeah, I think there is an appetite for it. I mean, I know they're making another Evil Dead movie. But fingers crossed. And I think You know, here's what I can tell you. You guys who are the OG Evil Dead fans, from what Bruce and Sam said multiple times, you've heard them say it at Comic-Cons and in interviews, that you guys collectively pestered them for 30 plus years to make another Evil Dead. And what did you get after 30 years? Ash vs. Evil Dead. So you guys want another one. You gotta keep, when they do Q&As, ask them, tell them, and let's see if in another 30 years we get Ash vs. Evil Dead 2. That would be good. But we're down. If I'm still around, I'm down.
Anyone over here that has one more? No? All right. Last call for. Oh, okay.
Since it's almost over, while you were in New Zealand, did you do anything Lord of the Rings, tourism or anything fun around the country?
That was in South Island. We were shooting in Auckland, which is like San Francisco, Chicago, Seattle had a baby. So you're like in a city and it's super cool and it's like craft beer and awesome, the best food you're ever gonna eat. And then they have islands where you take a ferry and you're going to vineyards and it's amazing. And then 20 minutes out is like what you think of with New Zealand, like the rolling hills and the sheep. South Island, I did get to go because I did Ninja Turtles and Sean Astin was there. And I go, I'm going to my it was third season. I said, where should I go in South Island? I've never been there. And he's like, go to Queenstown. If you get off the plane and do a 360 and get back on the plane, it's worth it. So I did. And I went with my that was Northern. I went to Mata Mata, which is Hobbiton. I was the only person in New Zealand who had not seen Lord of the Rings. Yes. I know. No, I know. Guys, it's built
not true.
Oh, you hadn't either. But did you go to Hobbiton and not see Lord of the Rings? So then this idiot, my boyfriend at the time was a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and I was like, they have an overnight thing, we can go camping. And I go, let's look that up. I'm like, I'll pay for it. That's a gift for you. A week out. I called them and said, do you have any spots left? And they're like, when do you think? They were like, oh yeah, let's look at it. And I cut them off. I go, for next week. And she laughed at me. Yeah, I'm an idiot. They're booked for like 2 years. Yeah. But I will say, that's why I'm gonna just pitch New Zealand to you guys again. Auckland is so cool and city and amazing. And Queenstown is like, to quote Oprah, she said it best. When God made New Zealand, he was just showing off. I think that's just the best way to describe it. Like, it's just, you're there, you're like, this isn't a real place. So yeah, I did go. I saw Mata Mata.
Awesome.
I posed in a little Hobbiton doorway. And that's about it. But you should go. Going there, you'll be like, it's all the Lord of the Rings, all of it, and especially in South Island. I think we got one more. Let's do one.
All right, one more. Anyone? Come on,
Last
don't be
chance.
shy.
Where's
Last
the-
call.
Come on.
I saw more hands.
They're like, no, we just want them to stop talking so we can go meet Terrifier. That's what we're
Right. Well, I think the
Nothing.
takeaway from this panel is go to New Zealand.
The takeaway is go to New Zealand and pester Sam, Rob, and Bruce for another season or something special movie of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Last call for questions before I wrap this
Come
up.
on, nothing. I don't want. Okay, we're gonna end on. Oh,
There we go. See?
Did you play the Evil Dead game at all?
yes. Did you or no?
Oh, I love playing with myself. It was the best I've ever looked. My ass was high and tight, my chest was big, and I don't know where to go with
You
this
are.
one.
Your ass is high and tight, and you're.
I was 6 inches taller.
It's a video. Guys, can we talk about how Ray's muscles are pretty awesome?
I don't look as good as I looked in the
Yeah,
game.
you look better than the game, Ray. Oh, now he's just fishing. Now look at your
No, I'm serious.
He does this in poses now. I'm like, yeah, you better show that bicep.
There's like, I didn't have any interest in playing the game. Can I be honest? I was weirded out by it. I'm a weirdo.
Why were you here today?
I don't know. It just felt weird.
I loved it. I played a lot of NES growing up, and then Sega, and then and then. But here's the sad thing: is because I haven't played in many years, but like from 6 to 12, I was a badass gamer, you guys. And then I think I stopped playing games because they brought out that little joystick. It goes, you know what I mean, which they are now. And I'm just too aggressive, so I just run into fucking walls. And so I played with my little brother like we usually did, and I used to kick his ass because I'm the older sibling, and it was awesome. I'm like, yeah, like Contra, I'd be kicking a Tecmo Bowl, all that stuff. What was the one? The Sonic, all that stuff. And so then I got it, went to my brother's because he has a console, and the entire time he only chose to film me when I was running into the woods doing nothing, trying to get to what the other page is. But I loved it, and I was blown away. Like, I can't compute it, like that it's actually me. So I would just annoy my little brother, and as he was playing, there would be a line, which we recorded our own lines, and I would be like, we're keeping Michigan moist. And then I go, we're keeping Michigan moist. Does it sound like me? And he's like, yes. And then I would go like, huh, huh, huh. And I go, huh, huh, huh. Does it sound like me? And he's like, dude, shut up. Yeah, it sounds like. So I got a kick out of mostly annoying my little brother with it. But yeah, it was fun. I sucked, but it was fun. It was a good time. It was a good time. Ray, you should play it. We should play it. You'll like it.
That would be a fun live stream.
Oh, I did. Their videos are posted, and then I think with Steve Agee too. He let me play on his, and I got some of those flute fucks, as I called them. They were little flute fucks, the skeletons. You know what I'm talking about. And I was like, they were just little jerks. They were little, like, so happy that they were coming to kill me. I'm like, get the fuck out. Yeah. Sorry, I swear a lot in case you guys don't watch the show.
Well, we're kind of at a horror convention, so that's the biggest
Do those
issue.
tracks? I guess that tracks, yeah.
Then, we got bigger problems here, right?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, please give it up.
Everybody, let's make Ray show his muscles. I'm not her cheeky for that. Come on. Thank you guys. Come say hi to our table if we haven't seen you.
you. I'm just gonna throw this
Thank you. What are we doing? Here, we should get one with the audience. Everyone. No, they don't. It's fine. Let them leave. It's funny. Way high.
Everyone, let's see what's up. Hey!
You guys want to learn that? Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, God.